Oof. All right. How do we get this working? Oh, I guess I'm live. There people there? Can you guys say something? I don't know if you can hear me. Ah, hey, Leda. Hi, Leda. How you going? I'm just gonna let's see if I can post this to everyone. I'll take that. All right. This is a pretty weird experience. It's weird not to get the feedback from you guys. Well, I guess I'll get used to it eventually. All right, what did... Hey, Emilio. How you going? I'm still just sending. I'm still just sending that link. Yeah, I'm still in Spain. I'm just sending this link out to everyone. It's a bit of a weird farewell. I guess I'm not really leaving Spain. I'm also not stopping the classes, so it's a bit of a... So this video is a bit strange. I'm still doing the video, but it's not really a farewell. Thought I'd just give it a go anyway. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Is that like... Do you think this makes sense? Do you think we should have just waited for me to actually get out of here first before doing this? I'll send this to these guys. Did C2. well, I guess that's that. So you guys, how many are there? There's only. So are you guys hearing me okay? Is my sound okay? I don't know. It's bad maybe. Okay. Well, as long as you can hear me, I don't really mind. So yeah, what do you think I should talk about? Um, there's a bit of a delay on the thing. I guess I'm supposed to talk about my whole experience in Spain. I think most of the people that are gonna. Hi, Laura. Laura. I think most of the people that show up here already know most things about my life anyway. So, um, sorry. There's not too much. There's not too much to say. I think if I'm going to talk about my experience in La Rioja and Logroño so far. Hi, Isidro. Nice. Glad you could make it. So yeah, if I'm going to talk about being in Logroño for all this time, I think it's been a really good experience. I think it's a bit unfortunate that when I first landed, most of my life in Logroño was taken up with settling in and doing paperwork and all of that stuff. But now, and then after that couple of months, we get this pandemic, and now I'm at home all of the time. So that's not so that wasn't like the best experience, but honestly, what I was where I was coming from in Australia, from the way of life that I was having over there was a bit stressful at the time, I think, for me. So the ability to come here and just be a bit more tranquilo has made I think has been a good experience. Even work later, even with the experience working online at home, I think it's just been I've just enjoyed my time, even though the pandemic's not the greatest of things to happen. I think I've enjoyed the fact that I've enjoyed my time in confinement anyway. Even like all things considered, I think this has been a really relaxing and good time that I've had in Spain. My experience working from home online, I think is I think it was probably a lot more work on the administration side of things than um, than it needed to be. But you don't. But I think everybody's had that problem. Um, I I I enjoyed being able to talk to you all in the online experience. I think talking to people online compared to on classes in the classes is obviously very different. In general, I think it's better to be able to talk in person because there's so much of communication that is easier in person. Also, it was always a lot easier to structure classes if you work in person compared to online. But online, I feel like the kinds of conversations that we could have were always were a lot more interesting, I think, or it was easier to have regular conversations when it was smaller classes and it was smaller groups of people. Um, so I don't know. It's been a good experience working online. I've learned to do a lot of different things that I would never have learned otherwise. Um, yeah, a good experience. Loved it. What? I'm not really sure. What else to talk about? Really, I think this is probably going to be a pretty short stream because it doesn't feel as dramatic, honestly, for me as I think it should. I think it's not really a farewell, so I don't feel like there's all that much to talk about. I don't know. What are you? There's only 6 of you. So what do you guys think of? What do you guys think? You got any other questions for me? I think I'm pro. I think if there's not much that there is to say, I might start getting something to eat. How many things did I learn in La Rioja? I don't know. What do you mean by things, Isidro? Well, like I've learned a lot of things. I've learned how to make patatas riojana. That's important. What was the difference from Australia when I came to Spain? The biggest difference. There's a lot of difference. The biggest difference is not having to work as much. That's I think I've probably told people before, but I was working a lot of hours in Australia and studying at the same time. So it's been nice to not work. All the good things and the bad things. We'll start with the differences between Australia and Spain. The biggest difference is obvious for me is the language, because that's what affects my life the most. So being able to speak English and people understand me, I think, is one of the best parts about being in Australia. I think I've had to learn a lot of very practical Spanish. That's a big difference with my life in Spain, which is good. It's good to learn other languages, but I'm not very good at Spanish yet, so it's a bit difficult sometimes making myself understandable. Differences in terms of my day-to-day life, though, is more about I think honestly where the last year of my university degree in Australia was a very boring time. I didn't do much other than study and work, so it's been good having free time. I think that's one of the big differences in Spain. I have free time. All the good things and the bad things about Rioja. There's mostly good things about Rioja. The only bad thing, the only bad thing is that there's been the whole, whatever this is, the pandemic. That's not the best thing. Other good, don't know what bad things are there in Rioja. I think English, again, no one knowing English is difficult sometimes when I get confused, or when I don't have the words in Spanish. but sometimes it's a small city, which it being a small city is something I'm not so used to. So um, I'm not used to the way that in Rioja you can kind of go out and somebody will always recognize you. I think that can be a good thing, but for somebody who's used to nobody recognizing you, I think I like the anonymity of a big city sometimes. Um, have I learnt to cook dishes in this 40 in a yeah, I'm not sure what in this 40 in it is, but I've learnt to cook some dishes. I know I'm not I don't know if I make many classic classic dishes, but I know how to make like patata ariojana. I've made some tortillas de patatas. There's that thing where you put like lentils in with chorizo. That's really easy to do. Uh, Anything. I mean, what are we? We can come up. Like my kitchen's very small, so this is all that I have to cook on. So all I cook is anything that can be in a pan. Um, oh, it means during the lockdown. Yeah. So yeah, I mean I've not cooked any less than I cooked before. I wanted to learn to make bread or pastries and things like that, but I don't have an oven. So I haven't been cooking anything really different from how I used to cook beforehand. Um, that's okay though. Like um, there's a lot of good things that you can cook. I've been cooking a lot of curries since the lockdown started because they're super easy. Not sure. I want to cook something now, but I don't know what to cook. What do you? Um, yeah, I'm not trying to think of what else to talk about. I don't. Bit of a should have really thought about something before coming on here, I guess, but what do you think? How many things did I learn in La Rioja? I don't know if I learned much. I learned a lot from you guys. Really, I learned probably the most from you guys. You would tell me everything that there was to see and do in La Rioja. Um, if I'm thinking about the things that I learned, I guess a lot of it's been secondhand because I didn't get the chance to see much else in this area of the world because of the lockdown. Um, wish that was different. Um, anyway, I don't know what else. What else can we do? What do people usually do in streams? I'm not. Do you guys ever watch live streams? Because I'm not. I used to watch them when I was younger, but I just I don't know what there is to what people do on live streams. Like, is it just supposed to be me talking here? Bit of a weird experience. My dream after the quarantine. I guess that's a pretty good question, Laura. Originally, my dream was to I s- it's complicated. I don't know what my life is gonna be like after the quarantine. Um, my original idea was to just stay here for the 6 months and then head home, but it's feeling like I might stay here for a while longer now. I I don't I originally wanted to go back and start some kind of career in Australia, but right now, with the quarantine and everything, it um, feels like in the long run, the way that my life in these last few months has been, um, I've really enjoyed this job. I've really enjoyed being in this country and being in Logroño. I think like the way of life here really maybe I'm not sure in the long run, but like the way of life here feels like something that I would want to come back to at some point anyway. Like if I was to work really hard all of my life and then think about what it is that I want to do when I retire, I would probably want to come come to some place in the world and live some kind of life like the one that I'm living right now. So if I'm thinking about my dream in the future, like my ambition is to work hard enough that I can come back and do exactly what I'm doing now. Um, I think I think that's probably more complicated in the long run than it seems. But for now, it just feels nice to stay here and do this kind of thing in Spain for a while. So after the quarantine, I'll stay here um, and start again with a similar teaching assistant job next next school year. Um, but but in the long run, my dreams are all over the place. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm not even sure if I want to go back and use my law degree anymore. Um, yeah, that's that's my that's my dream, I guess. I don't have I don't know if that answered any question at all, but I think I don't know. I think that's my future life. Any other good questions from you guys? Probably. I'm more difficult to understand as well in this without the feedback. I'm not sure how long I should have this on for. Do you guys know how long did the other ones go for? Let me just check because there's not much. Unless there's. If you had a superhero, what would you like to do? If I had a superhero, like I owned a superhero, if I owned a superhero, what kind of superhero is it? Or do you mean if I had a superpower? I'm confused by the question, Laura. If I had a super, if I had a superhero, what would I like to do first? If I had a superhero, I don't know. Who owns superheroes? I don't think you can own superhero. Own if I owned Superman. How did I own Superman? I don't know. Am I powerful enough to own Superman? Hi, Delinda. I don't know. What would you do? What do you do with a superhero? If I had a superhero, I think if I had I don't know. I guess I'd just relax. I'd just get the superhero to do. If I had Superman, um, well, I don't know if I'd want to own Superman. If I had Superman, I'd let him go live his life, go get out there and do his thing. I don't know if maybe I've misunderstood the question. Um, I don't know. What do you guys think? What are you supposed to do with a superhero if you own a superhero? I don't think. Do you think the Earth is becoming, in a place, abiotic? Hi, Angel. Angel. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you before you go before I went, Angel. I'll answer the question first. So, I don't think I don't. I think the world is becoming more like there's less diversity. Like if you mean by abiotic, like sterile or without biotic material, I think it's becoming at least more monotone, or there's less biodiversity, or less. It is definitely less biotic in the terms that there's less things in the world. I guess. So yeah, I guess it's becoming more abiotic, but I think we'll always have some kind of biotic life in the world. But most importantly, Angel, I got the asparagus that you were talking about. I got that giant fucking. I found the giant asparagus that you were talking about before. They don't in Australia. This isn't what asparagus looks like. In Australia, asparagus is not these weird. They're these tiny green things. You guys have some weird veg. You got some crazy vegetables in this little town, in this little part of Spain. Yeah, Angel's the man that suggested I go find asparagus. So I've gotten on it finally. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, it's not the most interesting stream. I'm not. I don't know what the other guys did. I hope it's. I wish I had a big house that I could show you. We can go. We can go on a tour of my house, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Angel, I bought the asparagus. Got this big boy. I wonder. I may just finish this up pretty soon, because I think I've said most of the things that I was going to say. So Yeah, I remembered your advice, Angel. Did anything change in my mind because of staying here? Yeah, lots. Many things. I already talked about it with. Sorry. Yeah, staying. Yeah, staying is. We do stay. You can spell it like that if you throw an apostrophe in there. Um, yeah, things have. I was talking about it before you came on, Delinda. A lot of things have changed in my mind from staying here. I think the life here is very different to back home. So definitely changed the way I think about things. I think, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I have thought a lot about visiting other places in Spain, Isidro. The idea. I mean, I wanted to visit. There was a lot of places that I was going to visit before this all went down. Um, so it's so like I think there's I still haven't visited the Basque Country, so that's really close. So when all of this clears up, I'd like to go a bit more north. And there's so many places in La Rioja that especially when I first got here, I asked a lot of people to tell me where I should go. So I had all of these different places that I was gonna go visit in La Rioja, but no time like there's been no time because like fucking coronavirus ruined the whole thing for me. Um, Most difficult part about living in Spain, Laura. I think def. I mean, obviously, with my level of Spanish being what it is, um, it's a city like Logroño is a bit difficult to get around with. I think that that's the most difficult part, but it's also the best part about living here because it's helped me improve my Spanish a lot quicker than any classes in Australia could have. Um, yeah. Um, I'm not sure, Angel. I think I'm too young to be thinking about children. I like to. Um, I'm a bit. Yeah, I think that's a bit too scary to think about right now for me. Well, um, so um, if it's no worries, I might probably finish this up pretty soon. I don't know. There's not too much more that I'd like to that I feel I need to say. Do you have any final questions before I sign off? I think this has been a bit of a weird farewell. Um, a lot's changed since coming here, and it's been really lovely. It's been really lovely meeting all of you because it's just been a really good kind of job to have, um, to be able to talk to you. You think, Angel? It's I don't know. I think life is worth it without children for the moment. You're scaring me. You're scaring me. But it's been really lovely talking to you all. I think this has been a really great experience, not just to be able to live in a different country, but that I've been able to talk to you guys, basically, or to be able to hear from about your lives every day. You're all very interesting people. You should all be the ones with the stream right now. Um, yeah, if anyone asks me, I'd recommend living in Spain, definitely. Um, it's not a, yeah, there's not, um, it's a different way of life, I think. I think it's a, um, like I've said in a lot of the conversation clubs, it feels like a lot of people come here to retire, because it is a nicer place to, live, and it's a good place to be. I like it. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, I love y'all. You're all really great, and it's been a really good couple of months getting to know you all. Um, I'm glad we've done these online classes. They've let me. It's meant I've been able to talk to you a lot in a more relaxed kind of way, I think, than usual, or in a more easy kind of way. Like, I feel like a lot of the people that I've got to talk to every day in these classes, I've got to know quite well, and a lot of you. Um, I think it's been. I think probably it's been one of the things that's made this lockdown period feel so good, actual, or feel so much more comfortable that I had that structure of somebody to talk to every day. I think you've all made my my lockdown experience a lot nicer. What do I think about teaching adults? I think I've I haven't taught many I haven't taught many children before. I've only done private classes with children. Um, I think I like. I think the. I think teaching adults is just better in most ways, especially teaching you guys. Um, I think, especially in a place like E.O.I, it's not. It's not like all of you are coming to learn English. It's not like school where you have to be there, or even university where a lot of people will go to university out of obligation. It feels very obviously like everybody that comes to E.O.I wants to be at E.O.I. There's not um, there's not really any challenge. There's no real difficulties in being with you guys, because you come to get the most English you can out of me. So I just kind of have to be there. I feel like I think teaching adults is the easiest kind of job. I really like it. You guys are great. Learning how. No worries, Angel. You're doing great. Um, so yeah, I don't think there's. I think teaching adults is always good. Um, maybe more pressure teaching adults than teaching children sometimes, because I know. Um, well, I know, like, especially among you guys, some of you are English teachers yourselves, so it's not. I think most. So there's probably some of you that know a lot more about this than I do, so it's scary. So it's scary in that way, but I didn't. I think most of it is just really good. Like, I love talking to you all. Um, Anyway, I'm probably gonna leave this up for another 5 minutes. If you have any final questions for me, and then I'm gonna disappear, say goodbye, and then see you all again when the next class starts. So yeah, just ask away, and I'll just sit here looking pretty. Yeah, I think I'll definitely return here sometime, Derlinda. It's I think probably it's gonna be a while till I leave. So um, I don't see why I wouldn't return here. If I go back to Australia, it'll probably be a while till I can return here, just because it's so far away. But I don't know why I wouldn't visit again, especially after learning so much Spanish. I think it makes sense. Thanks, Laura. It's been a pleasure. Um, I think the I think you everybody who all of the people that have come online. I think so. Like I think you've all everybody I've talked to. I think you've all. I think what's so impressive about you guys coming on and doing these conversations is just how much just how much you do it and how much you keep at it. I know when I was in Australia, there were things like this that I could have used to improve my Spanish, or I could have participated more in classes and things like that. Um, but I don't think I ever participated as much as some of you guys do until I had to do it when I came over here. So I think like it really is a pleasure um, talking to you guys in the conversation clubs, because like it is. I think you guys really are like I think it is really impressive to go out of your way to try and learn like that. So yeah, great job, Laura. Love your work. If there's no more questions, I might just disappear now. It's been really nice. It's been a really nice time. Thank you. It's been really nice meeting you all. As I said, I'll see you all again next week anyway. But it's been really nice. It's been really nice these last 10 weeks. Angel, it's tough. It's an uphill battle to get used to that. I'm probably it'll probably take you a while to get used to an accent like this. I'm sorry if I've been a bit too much of a challenge for some people. But yeah, it's been great. I'll see you all next week. Hope you're hope you're all doing well. Hope you're enjoying your time here. All right. See ya.